here. I was like, nah, like me and Bob were like, no, we're good. We're about to leave. He's like, no, no, look, look. And he opens the car door really quick and he pulls out this black bag. And he was like, look, look, the merch is in here. And he's like holding it up to me. And that me, like, this was dumb. Like, I think back and I was like, this was stupid. But I kind of like peeked in the black bag, nothing in it. And he literally lunges at
Clap your hands once, clap your hands twice. Now is the time for the news to hear
the
it.
painting on the left is actually pretty dope. Did you do that tripping out as well?
No, that's the girly friend.
Oh, the girly friend. That was her trip.
Yeah, that's how she was tripping.
That's how she. That's where her mind was going.
Yeah. So what's up,
Dude, living the dream, man.
dude? Sick boards.
Oh, thanks, man. I know I was trying to get them more in there, but the TV kind of blocks them. I have some more too. So I have those ones are Dragon Ball. And then if we turn over here, we got 3 more.
Oh shit, the anime.
Anime, bro. Yeah, Primitive. They had their little anime collab. So I was like, I gotta get them. Probably vintage or something.
Dude, I was
Gotta-
about to buy a board on. Dude, okay, so I have an addiction, and it's called Cargo Largo on eBay.
Cargo Largo.
Yeah, dude, Cargo Largo, bro. And dude, they have designer everything. They got designer, like it's like one of those. Is there echo?
Echo.
Does it sound okay?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay.
On my end, from what I'm
Okay.
picking up.
Cool. But so Cargo Largo is this like eBay store, and they got like a bunch of just random ass shit, dude. From like like a kits for your trucks
For your trucks.
to like girl like Burberry like legit dresses.
Oh wow.
Like they got everything. Like I got a pair of Gucci shoes. Like they buy like stuff that's like it's like out of style or whatever. Like out of
Okay.
like it's just like the extras from like the Gucci stores, the Louis Vuitton stores, and then also it's like a bunch of like returns.
Bunch of returns, so they just buy all that and then resell it. So that's actually
Yeah.
pretty smart, actually.
Dude, I got a pair of Gucci shoes for $300 when they're usually like, they're like $1,000 or whatever.
Right. Yeah,
I mean, they
Gucci's
do. I
expensive.
mean, they start the bid pretty high for like the crazy designer stuff,
Mhm.
but most of the stuff you get on the low.
On the low. Who
The
said
low.
put in a good price? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, dude, I got the girly friend a pair of Coach like nice ass shoes. Coach
Okay.
for $30.
For $30. Does it have the little like not platform, but the wedge in it? Or
No,
how's
it's
it
not
look?
the wedge. It's like it looks like a stiletto,
Ooh,
and then has
okay.
the C for
Ooh.
cunt.
Said not affiliated with Coach.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Said I actually got the off brand.
The off-brand's called cunt. But yeah, dude, you should check it out. It's
yeah.
maybe don't check it out because don't blow my spot up, right?
You know what? Put it all out there, dude. Just let everyone know. Be rocking the fashion trends.
Dude, they got laptops, they got drones, they got Xboxes, everything you could think. Like they got like dishwashers, they got air filters, everything.
I actually might look at the drones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, they
get
got
myself a
a
new
lot
drone.
of drones. Me too.
I actually got I got one for Christmas, I think like 2 years ago. It's like one of those like cheap plastic toy drones or whatever. I
Yeah.
only used it once, but I feel like I should use it more in practice before I get a real one. But I remember taking it out Christmas Day. I'm just like flying it in front of my house. And for whatever reason, I don't know if I just lost connection and you just see the drone just flying over like my neighbors' houses and stuff, just like of no signs of returning, and I'm literally trying to hold the controller back so it comes back to me. No, it just kept going. I was like, well, it's like that was a fun 5 minutes, but luckily, I don't know, a breeze came in, brought it back to me. So I was like, better not do that again.
Yeah, dude, I've been looking at drones because I wanted to get a my drone's license. Because I was looking at a career as like an architectural photographer, and one of the stipulations is to like have a drone's license. Like, how sick is that, dude? Like, just taking fucking photos with a drone, like.
Because actually, the homie, one of the homie number, where are we at 7 now? Homie number 7, Bob. He actually has his drone license, and he works for like a realtor company, and he takes pictures of land and stuff like that with the drone. So he goes out and flies the drones, and he got his drone license. So
the FAA.
Yeah, But yeah, he said he'll show me the ropes, dude. So see how it looks.
Yeah, because dude, on Cargo Largo, they had some like those industrial ones, the DJI, and like the crazy ones that they use for like, the realtor shit.
For realtor stuff.
And then, dude, the mines, like they use it in the mines to like go in there to make sure like everything's good, like the explosives are good. Like, dude, it's like the future. Like, all the dangerous shit is going to fucking drones or stuff that you can't fucking reach.
The future's now, old man. The future is now. Bro, speaking of drones, I saw this video. This guy did a drug deal with his drone. He was like under house arrest. I'm sure there is some like what do you call it, acting involved or whatever, but it was still pretty funny. It was like just flying his drone over to his sale and got the drugs, put the money, and sent it back.
This is funny, dude. My ex, she does she's a surveyor.
Ooh, okay.
Down in Austin, Texas. And dude, she literally just sits in the truck and just controls the drone because she's like, okay, yep, looks good. Like, that's all she does. She was telling, like, a while back, she was telling me that a boar came and attacked her, dude, and with one of the surveying poles, she fucking stabbed it right in the fucking head. I was like, crazy. What the fuck?
Is that legal? Can we say she stabbed a boar?
Is that allowed? Dude, in Texas, dude, the boar population is so overrun, dude. They hire people in helicopters and fly down there and just they just fucking like, dude, they're so dangerous and they're so overpopulated down there that it's just they're free kill.
Oh wow. So you just go out hunting for some boar.
You just go kill some fucking boar, and they don't even taste good. They're just like eating. They just eat shit.
So boar's meat is not good. I don't think I've ever had boar's meat.
I had it one time.
One time.
But that's all.
That's all. Never again.
Never again. Down in Texas.
Down in Texas. I'm tired of the boar.
Texas.
Where everything's bigger. Dude, everything is bigger. Even like real estate out there, you can get like a mansion for pretty cheap. And I was like thinking about that, but I'm also like, there's nothing in Texas for me. Literally, dude, nothing.
I literally lived in Texas when I was working in the oil field as a chef.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah. Pecos, Texas.
Pecos.
Which is on like the West Texas, so there's literally nothing. It's literally the Wild Wild West out there. All there is just fucking cartel members and oil field workers. Dude. Okay, story time. Story time for the review. So, we went to this little town called Odessa, Texas.
Odessa. And
Odessa, Texas is the most violent, dangerous city in all of Texas, right? And I was like, oh yeah, sure.
Sure. Let's test this out.
Let's test it. So me and the homie, we borrow a car from this lady who's it's hilarious because she's like a biker chick, right? She's like this old, like she's probably like 6 years old. This biker chick, like has smoked probably like 3 packs a day, right? And is literally on one of those fucking those air packs, those breathing packs,
right?
She's one of the
got the tubes in the nose and stuff.
Like I'm pretty sure she was on meth. The way she acted, like always just like all over the place.
I was getting some meth vibes from her.
I was getting some methy vibes. So I borrowed the car and we're driving. It's the homie just likes rap, right? I was like, bro, you got to go to this metal show with me. He's like, okay. It was I forgot the fucking name. I literally always forget this band's name. Attila. There we go. Attila. Got it. Winning. So we went and saw Attila. Driving down. Like, yeah, this is what a mosh pit is. And I'm like in the mosh pit. And he's like, dude, you're crazy. I know. You're supposed to mosh, bro. Come on.
Come on in.
Like, drinking a little bit. And then we meet these girls. Right? And we're hanging out. Like, oh, dude, we got some girls. Like, they were lesbians.
They were played on the same team as us.
They were playing on the same team. And they were like, hey, we should hang out. We're like, okay. And I literally don't remember if we knew they were lesbians then or till the end of the story.
So it's like, just keep that in mind, you know?
Keep that in mind. So we're like driving around, like, let's go to a bar. So we go to this one bar, dude. We walk in and there's just a bunch of old people playing poker. We're like, we look around like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Like they had tables set up, or
yeah, they had like a bunch of yeah, they had a bunch of tables set up and they were playing poker. And the most awkward thing, because they were like, yeah, we know a couple of bars that don't card because my homie was only 19.
Dang.
Right? So we're like looking around like, this is not the spot.
Yes, this is not. He sticks out.
So then we go to this other bar, we're hanging out, we get in with my fucking ID, bro. We did the whole we're both white boy trick.
We're both white boy.
I go in, show my ID. The lesbians come with me. One girl leaves, brings in the other homie with my ID. Both got it.
Both got it.
Like the same guy, dude. It was like 5 minutes. Like that guy was fucked up.
Yeah, he was.
So like we were like partying and stuff, and then finally the guy said, last call. And dude, there was like a bunch of biker people, right? And the way the fucking manager came out was very like kind of like mad, right? Like weird vibes, right? Okay, cool. We were playing pool and shit, drinking. We did some coke.
Oh yeah, did hit the slopes a little bit, dude.
That's what, dude. It was funny because the one girl was like a cokehead. She's like, "You want to go get some coke?" I was like, "Okay." We go pick up some coke from these Mexicans, of course.
Of course, you know, in Texas.
Shitty coke. Surprisingly. But dude, instantly this chick got super nasally and like immediately sick because she was like an addict.
That's
right. So, she's like, couldn't even talk. She's like, "Hi guys, let's go to our place." So we leave, dude. We're sitting in the car. This biker gang comes out, and I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was the manager or not. But dude, they had this metal stick, and they were beating a guy on the ground. Dude, they were jumping this guy. They're bam, bam, bam. Dude, we're sitting in the car, like coked out of our head, drunk. Like, what do we do? Dude, I turned the car and the lights come on. I'm like, maybe not. Like, turned it off.
It like flashes right off.
Like, dude, you just saw like wallets and shoes flying. Oh, and they're just beating this guy. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So then we just left and we went to the lesbians' houses. And my homie was so high. He was just like talking like a million miles a minute. And then we left because I was like, you're awkward. Time to go.
So you always meet awkward homies, dude. First the guy who pissed himself, and then this guy.
Oh yeah, The Awkward Homies trilogy.
Awkward homies.
Never my fault. It's the other guy.
Oh man, I guess they do things different in Texas. Just
Yeah.
people.
The best part was that I literally slept for an hour and then went to work for a 12-hour shift.
I've done that, except
Like,
minus 12-hour shift. Yeah.
Fucking brutal, dude. Just like.
It's like thinking back when our bodies were able to do that. Now, there's no chance. There's no way I'm doing that.
Yeah, like 9:30, I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah, I gotta go to sleep. It's bedtime.
It's bedtime for
Pop
Papa.
on a pod and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Dude, but speaking of your like ID story, when I was 19, it was after work and a group of friends. They're all 20, 21. I was either 19 or 20, and everyone else was 21. And we ended up going downtown, and I was like, dude, there's no way I'm getting into this bar. But one of the homies, he went into the bar, found some dude who looks nothing like me. Nothing like the closest thing to me was maybe tan skin. That was it. He gives him like $20 and he's like, hey, can we use your ID to get my friend in? And this guy was just like, sure, let's do it. So my friend comes back out, hands me the ID. I hand it to the bouncer. He looks at the ID, looks at me, looks back at the ID, looks at me again, and I'm just like, owning it. Be like, yeah, that's me. And he was like, all right, you're in, and gave me the ID. And I was like, whew. Now today, you definitely can't get into that bar that easy.
Yeah.
They have like the little scanner things.
Yeah. They're like, just because of you. Just because of your ass. They played on the cameras.
I was so sketched out even in there. Like, I'm like already made into the bar, but I was like, oh, what if they find out or something? Like re-card me and I don't have the card anymore.
Dude, like it's weird because I get carded just sometimes. Like most of the times I don't. Like today they carded me while I was late. Drunk in Cincinnati.
Oh, you went to Cincinnati?
Yeah. Because, dude, there's this place called Maggiano's. The
Maggiano's.
best Italian joint, bro.
I think we have a Maggiano's out here in Vegas. I don't know if it's the same or any relation, but
I think so.
I've heard that name, yeah.
Because they have one in Denver.
Ooh, okay.
But, dude, if you ever go there, get the fucking gnocchi and get the fucking chopped salad. Dude.
Chopped salad?
I had 2 chopped salads. Like, that shit's so fire, dude. It has some avocado. It's got the prosciutto. And the way they cut the lettuce, dude, is the best part. Like, oh my gosh. Like, dude, I'm telling you, that shit's so fire. And then the gnocchi from the last gnocchi story I had was like literally the perfect gnocchi I've ever had compared to the paste shit from fucking Johnny's.
From Johnny's.
Fuck Johnny's. Still mad about it.
Yeah, I was just about to ask how it compares to the other Italian restaurant. It's got a craving for Italian food.
Yeah, dude, trying to be a fucking meatball, you know?
Meatball. Said a meathead, you know? So get the gains. Was this like some iceberg lettuce or what, dude? It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Good cut.
Yeah. I don't know. They like fluff it or something, dude. They do something where it's like this perfect, like almost like squares of lettuce. Okay. And it's like fluffed. I don't know. It's the way they like.
They toss it.
They toss that salad real good.
They like whisper to it, give it love, and just
hey,
they fluff.
You get a good salad, baby.
You're gonna be a good salad.
Rub the rim of the fucking the bowl.
Just ting.
You go ding.
Get the vibrations in there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You just see it just rub the lettuce just shaking. So yeah, it's a good salad.
I might just come in there or something, dude. I might be gay. Like, this is fucking delicious.
That's not up to health code.
It's my real man juice.
Some real Caesar. Made from our man in the back, Caesar.
It's from Caesar and Jose back then.
From the homie Cesare back there.
Dude, we saw this like family, and that like my girl was like, "Yo, that's the perfect family." Like, dude, they all had their hair like slicked back. They matched like the two kids, like matching. Dude, the little baby had a chain with his fucking binky on it.
Chain gang, dude.
He's like the next Scarface.
Just in his little carriage. No, not a carriage. I don't know. What do you push a kid around in? little walker or whatever.
I think it's called a carriage, bro.
Well, for the sake of it, a carriage. Just looking like a Don in there. Just
yeah. Like, where's my breadsticks?
Where's that?
And my breast
to me.
Let me get a breast milk cocktail, please. Thanks.
On the rocks. He's got like pinky rings, like
yeah. He's like calling people on his dad's iPhone. Shut up!
Straight boss, baby.
It's like 1 year old.
Yeah, 1 year old. Just straight mafia. Just crime lord.
Yeah. Dude, can we talk about like ages? I have no clue. Ages. Like child development. When people say 3 years old, I'm like, is that a baby? Like, I don't, in my head, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
Right. I
have no clue of what an age is. Like, I know 18, maybe. These days.
Rolling the dice.
Fucking 12-year-olds are looking like 20-year-olds. Like, what's happening?
Back in my day.
It's that HD makeup that they got.
All these makeup. It's like, I don't know, there's like kids today. It's like so different from when we were growing up. Like socially different. Especially like social media and everything too. Like kids already have like Instagrams and TikToks and stuff like that. And they're like 5 years old, 5, 6. I'm like, get off of here. What are you doing? Yeah. Be a kid. Go run around somewhere. Play outside.
Dude, I'm like scrolling through at 3 a.m. in the morning, and it's like a bunch of like 10-year-olds from fucking Brazil. Like they're all doing the fucking TikTok dance. I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be looking at this. I'm like fucking going faster, dude. Looking around, I'm like, I didn't choose this. It chose it for me.
It chose me.
It chose me, bro. It's TikTok. They're the curators.
TikTok, right? It's them. It's all them. Yeah, dude. I literally TikTok. I can spend hours on there and not even mean to spend hours on there. Like right before my workout or something, I'll be like, oh, let me just watch a couple funny vids. I look at the camera, it's like 2 hours went by. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, let me do something productive, please.
Is that pre-workout, dude?
It's that pre-workout.
That happened to me yesterday. So like I'm thinking about buying a teeny house, right? So instead of paying $1,200 for a place I'm only gonna be for 6 months, you know?
Right.
Get a teeny house which I can own. So I talked to the lady for a solid like an hour. Then I called the homie. I was like, "Hey, you want to be on the pod?" He said, "Yes." Another 30 minutes. And dude, I was overly caffeinated. Do you ever get like that?
I actually don't do caffeine, dude.
What?
Yeah, it makes me too antsy. I just feel like uncomfortable throughout the whole day. It's weird. It's not even like an energy. I feel like I don't know. It's hard to explain. I just was like, caffeine's not for me.
It's more emotional.
It could be. I feel like it just spikes my anxiety like all the way up. Like my fight or flight just kicks in for whatever reason. Like I just drank coffee. I'm not in a life or death situation.
Yeah. Dude, I'm on a solid like at least 800 milligrams a day of caffeine, which is kind of bad.
It's probably not good.
It's probably not a good thing. But dude, I was at the gym and I just couldn't stay focused, bro. Like I was doing back,
Mm-hmm.
and every time I got done with a set, back on the phone.
Back on
the phone. Every set, I'm like, and then I get all nervous, like, oh, they're looking at me.
People look.
Old men. They're like, why is he not working out? And
So
I just
look at this guy.
Constantly, it's so bad because I was so over caffeinated,
Mm-hmm.
and there wasn't enough people there too. Like, because my gym's usually really busy, and I'm used to like a lot of people, which just makes me focus more.
Mm-hmm.
If there's only like 1 or 2 guys, I'm like, I don't give a shit about you guys.
I don't care.
There was only 2 guys there, and they weren't even listening to big weight or anything. So I was just like, God, so distracted.
See, you're the people I don't like at the gym. No, I'm just kidding.
I went up and I was like, can you get out of here? I'd rather be here by myself.
Remember when me, you, and Jesse worked out, and we like kicked that kid off of the squat rack?
Yeah.
Most awkward moment of my life, because we're trying to do squats. I don't know what workout he was trying to do, or no, we weren't doing squats. He was doing squats. We were doing
Deadlift.
not
no,
deadlift.
like
we put the little handle under it. It's like
Yeah.
kind of like some kind of like pole. I don't know.
yeah.
Some workout. Either way, the bar is not on the rack anymore. So he was like, "Oh, I can work in with you guys," and Jesse was like, "Yeah, but like, how would that work?" He's like, "We're doing like completely different workout." I remember he was just like, he was trying to make it work so bad, and we're just bullying this kid off of the squat rack. Luckily, there was
Like-
another one open. We're like,
like-
yeah, just use that one.
Like, hey kid, you gotta go.
It's 3 of us. It's 1 of you.
What are you gonna do?
I was just like, oh, that's bad.
Looks like your first day at the gym.
Right?
Get the fuck out.
We're saving you some injury. So we're helping you out here. Yeah, never again, dude.
For real, dude. Awkward. I was like, okay.
I was like, but like trying to keep a serious face at the same time, let them know, like, yeah, we mean business.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like Jesse's goons. Like, yeah,
Listen to Jesse.
yeah, listen to Jesse.
You're gonna have to deal with us.
Poor kid. He probably doesn't go to the gym anymore
Yeah.
after that.
And all we're like is like, you want to be on the podcast?
You know what I mean? Yeah, you want to explain your side? So I just got beat up.
Dude, I actually just got a trainer
Oh, you did?
starting tomorrow.
Ooh.
His name's Joey.
Joey
Joey Rodriguez
Joey.
too. Dude, I called him. He's like, yo, what's up, man? You
Straight
trying to
from,
work out or what? What are you looking at? Like, he's
straight
real
from
fucking
Jersey.
Italian, dude. From fucking Jersey. I'm like,
From
yeah,
Jersey.
dude, I'm trying to get huge. He's like, well, come on over, right? Monday. I'm like, hell yeah.
You see the cast of Jersey Shore? I got them there.
Yeah. He's like, we got a couple bodybuilders are pretty big, all right? We're going to take care of it. You're going to like it a lot, all right? Just come on down.
Come on down.
Like, I like this guy already.
Already, I like the energy.
Dude, because
Is
I
he-
told him, I was like, yo, I'm trying, because I'm at 177 right now.
Oh, dang. I weigh less than you, man.
Like, that's crazy. What?
Is that the highest you've been, or what's the...
Dude, that's the highest I've ever been in my life, dude.
Oh, let's go. Are you trying to weigh more?
177. Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm trying to get to 200.
Okay.
Which is would be probably super uncomfortable because this is already uncomfortable a little bit.
Just imagine you 200, just... Joey's
Can't,
like,
like,
I
wipe my
can
ass.
get you there.
And I take a shower every time I shit.
Right.
I'm at work. I'm like, yo, I gotta go to Anytime Fitness real quick. I gotta spray my cheeks.
Or get yourself like a extended loofah and just
Or one of those like outdoor showers.
Now,
So like after I use the porta potty, just
just custom bidets. Jeez.
yeah, custom bidet for the fucking porta potty.
A portable bidet, dude. That might be an idea
Well,
right there.
They have
They
that.
probably
it's
already
called
have
Tushy.
it. Tushy?
Yeah, it's a they advertise on a podcast a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Tushy, sponsor us.
Yeah,
dude.
sponsor us, guys. You hear?
Or women, whoever
You hear, boy?
created it. Oh man. Is your personal trainer giving you like a meal plan too, or is it just
So what he
workouts?
said, so what he said was like, we're gonna work out and just see if I like him or not
Okay.
for like a month, and then after that he'll get me on like the meal plan and shit,
Mm.
and like, the regimen of maybe some juice,
A little cycle.
a little juicy juice.
Orange juice for the viewers.
Dude, what I've noticed? I don't know if you've got these ads, but it's called New Medical.
New Medical. It sounds familiar.
So New Medical is like this, like, lots of likes.
Lots of likes.
New Medical is this company, right? And they do like a bunch of different medications that you can only get at the doctors. But for some reason, I think these laws passed, or like it's some kind of just new system, some loophole, where all you have to do is pay money. They do an online consultation, and they just send it to you.
Interesting.
Right? So, dude, they have from like hair loss, like medicine, like Propecia and everything, like Hims and shit.
Oh,
like
Hims, yeah.
All that medicine, it's just generic Propecia.
Really?
Yeah. So all that hair loss shit is Propecia. And then they also have like women, like for like sex, like this pin that makes them like hypersensitive. And then they have HGH.
Oh, okay.
But it's not actual HGH. It's called I can't even say it. It starts with an S. Sermaloinin.
Okay.
Which if you inject it, it's injectables. But it tells your body to create more HGH naturally.
Naturally, okay.
Yeah, so it's not like it's just not the artificial. It's just telling your body to create natural. So there's no side effects really.
Okay. Actually, I got these like one already is wrong. I got these like HGH pills. Dude, and it's supposed to did the
don't
same
do any of
thing.
that shit, bro.
I don't know why I took.
Don't do, dude. I'm telling you, use New Medical. It's like $199 a month.
Oh,
which
that's
is,
not
I mean,
bad,
it's kind of expensive.
It's expensive, but for what you're getting,
it's actual medicine. Like it's like legit FDA approved shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got ED shit. They got fucking like hormone, like other hormone shit where you spray it in your nose.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Woo!
Open the airways.
Like they had this one like sexual, like it makes you more sexual.
Ooh.
Dude, like for me, it would just double it. I would just start talking to like my coworkers, like, "Hey, you trying to come over? What?
So you looking good?
Taking this fucking spray, bro. Right? It's not gay."
Belt, dude.
You trying to climb this turbine and?
Want to climb this with me?
You want to climb my turbine?
I got a turbine for you to climb.
Holy shit.
Oh shit. Okay, New Medical, yeah, because I've seen like Hims and stuff like that. So I mean, at least there's some options when I feel like my hair's going.
Oh, dude, yeah. I know. Like shave that shit.
Yeah, those HGH pills, I don't even know what it was, but it was supposed to like help produce the natural HGH, but I'm pretty sure it was just some BS stuff.
Isn't it crazy? Since it's not like FDA approved shit, they're just like, "Oh, does all these things." Like, I don't know about that, man.
So you trying to get big or what?
But then it comes to like the idea that all our medicines come from like plants and shit. All supplements come from plants.
Right.
Which is fucking weird because they make you think that it's like plants are just like bad. It's like fake shit. Like Chinese medicine. That's fake. That shit doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
Come buy our actual stuff that's like 100%, like lifted with price.
Price lifting.
Price.
You won't only be lifting weights. We will be lifting the price. Oh man, crazy. Crazy how so much access we have to stuff now. So it's like, say, hey, sign up for this, and you get access to medicine now.
Yeah, just with a Skype interview, and they guarantee it.
Right.
You pay the money. They're like, we don't charge you till you have the interview, and we'll send it to you. Like, so it's just like going through the steps.
It's a free consultation.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
It is.
How it's just it's just a big scam. Just like the fucking medical system, it's just a scam.
It's a scam.
They just like go through the steps so we can make our money, and we'll get you what you want.
It's all about the money, man.
Like the opioids, the opioid crisis. Oh, you're hurting? Here's some drugs.
Yeah, here's some drugs.
Are you sure, Doc? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sure. Yeah, same. I think it was like a bad car accident I was in. I was given some like muscle relaxers. Dude, I remember first time I took it. I'm like 16. Just took one before bed or whatever. I remember just sitting on the couch. Dude, I literally felt like I melted in like the matter of like 15, 30 minutes. I know that's like a huge time span, but like it was like I was just sitting on the couch and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, dude. I was out like a light. I was like, I can see how people get addicted to this, dude. I was just like chilling. I felt like I was just like in an intense jacuzzi.
Like a body jacuzzi.
Yeah, just a jacuzzi inside my body.
Dude, it's like that commercial, that drug commercial. Yeah, dude, I can't take you on a walk.
And that's literally how I looked. Sure. Like, just deflated on the couch. My parents walked in, like, you good?
He's like, I am the couch now.
Can't even move my mouth.
Like, they're like, I think our son's broken.
I think we broke him. So, well, take him to the store and get a new one.
Yeah. And now on to human trafficking.
So, not here. Oh man. I guess you can make a smooth transition.
Human trafficking. Have you noticed, dude, that it's like a bunch of people been getting busted for human trafficking?
Oh yeah, in like the past like few weeks, and it's like hundreds just.
Dude, just in Ohio, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They found 60 kids.
It's crazy.
In like 3 different counties.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's
what?
Nuts, man.
It's funny because like the idea of human trafficking stopped like in the history books, right? When we were like learning about like slavery and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh yeah, and then Lincoln was like, no more. And that's what happened. No more. And we're like, yay! Nah, dude. It probably ramped up when he said no.
Right. When he said no.
They said, oh no, we're gonna do 10 times more.
Right. Keep this going, yeah.
It's been going on forever. Like the cheapest business is capturing a human. That's no overhead.
Right.
Like if you look at it at a business perspective, taking a person and saying you can't go anywhere and we're gonna make you do this stuff for free is the cheapest business plan possible.
Right, exactly.
Right?
It's crazy.
It's gnarly how like it's just being exposed like 2020.
Yeah, it's like good bringing it to light finally. I mean, it's always been like in the light, but it's like now it's in the light. Like
yeah, like putting faces to it, saying like, you know, all these rich people, they all know about it. It's not some secret.
No.
Even the president of the United States knows about it.
And it's big in like Hollywood and stuff too. It's huge.
Yeah.
Just like the hierarchy, like rich, just people, just sick people, honestly.
Exactly. Like
with a
it
bunch
may
of money.
not just be like the famous people. It may just be the rats in Hollywood, right? Because a bunch of people from the fucking Midwest or from the East Coast or from the West or from the North Coast from the South Coast. They're like, we want to go to Hollywood and make it. And some fucking rat is like, yo, we can make some money off these people, right?
Mm.
So they come in like, oh yeah, you want a job, and you get kidnapped, and now you're in sex slavery.
Sheesh.
It's
Crazy
like
story.
that quick.
Yeah, that's crazy. Literally that quick.
That quick. They cut your legs off, and now you're a fucking nugget.
Crazy story is I was almost kidnapped once.
Oh, yeah.
Scariest moment of my life. So
Let's go.
story time with Kendall. So
Let's
me
go.
and homie number 7, Bob, we went to so out here in Las Vegas we have like outdoor malls and stuff. So we're like 16, 15, 16, high school kids. It's a Friday night. We go to this outdoor mall, just hanging out. Probably saw a movie or something. But no, I would say 16 because Bob was driving. Yeah, so he had his license. So he ends up showing up a little later, and me and I'm kicking it with the girls, hanging out in Sephora or whatever, trying to work my magic till Bob comes. But so I'm hanging out and I get a phone call from him, and he's just like, at the moment I didn't realize it, but he sounded kind of weird on the phone. He was like, hey, like, where are you at? And I was like, oh, Sephora. So just park your car, come meet us at Sephora. And he's like, no, dude, can you come like meet me at my car? And like, I'm like, dude, I'm with the girls, dude. I'm macking in Mac, right? Like, let me do this. And he's like, nah, like, I really need you to come. And I was like, all right, like, you always got to help the homie. So I was like, okay. So I walk out. It's dark out too. We're in some like shady parking lot. Like, of course, he picks like the most shadiest spot to park. And like, I see his car there, and he's standing out there on the phone with me. And there's a car parked behind his car. Like, so it's in a parking lot. So they're like in the middle of the road, parked behind his car. So like, people have to go around the car, and there's like these 2 dudes standing outside. So I'm like, kind of like, all right, this is weird. So I'm walking up, and I'm like, hey, like, see what's going on. And like, they look at Bob like, oh, is this the friend or whatever? And he was like, yeah, this is my friend. And I was like, yeah, but basically like, what's up? Like, you guys are 2 grown men. Like, what do you want with us, like 16-year-olds? And he was basically like, oh, I was telling your friend, they're like foreign dudes too. He was like, I was telling your friends, that we just got done watching some big fight that happened, and they're like, we're trying to sell merch so we can purchase our tickets back to Italy or something like that, or wherever they're from. I'm just gonna assume Italy. I think it was Italy. Yeah, right. So he starts talking. He's like, yeah, he's like, I got the merch in the car. I'll just see if you guys want any. And it was like, no. I was like, we're good. Like, basically, we're gonna go. Like, thank you. We're not interested. And he was like, he kept talking to us. And I think when he told us he was from Italy, he like looked at me and he's like, oh, are you Italian or something? And I was like, yeah, I'm Italian. He's like, oh, I could see it in your face, and goes to like touch my face. And I'm like, kind of back up, like, don't touch me, dude. That's my no square. And he was just like. He's talking. He's like, yeah. He's like, I got the merch right here. And I was like, nah. Like, me and Bob were like, no, we're good. We're about to leave. He's like, no, look. And he opens the car door really quick, and he pulls out this black bag. And he was like, look, the merch is in here. And he's like holding it up to me, and this was dumb. Like, I think back, and I was like, this was stupid. But I kind of like peeked in the black bag, nothing in it, and he literally lunges at me and tries to throw the bag over my head. And like, I see the other guy in the car. He kind of like, he was in the front seat he's like about to get out. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, wow, let's go. And I like pushing him, like we're running like behind the car to like get to the closest store we can get to. And the guy's like, no, we're kidding. I'm like, no. So we end up running into Zoomies. I think it was like the closest store to us. And like, we run in front, and like the guy makes some joke, and he's like, oh, what are you guys doing in here? And we're already on edge, and we're like, dude, there's these people following us. And we saw the car like pull up in front of Zoomies, and I think he saw that we were talking to the like people who were working there, and then they pulled off. Scariest moment of my life.
Holy shit,
dude! If that bag went over my head, I would be somewhere. I would be a sex slave right now.
Yeah,
Like, it's crazy.
Bunch of fucking chicks just throwing it back.
I don't think that's how it works. But dude, craziest moment of my life. Never would have thought.
Dude, that is so crazy, bro. Cause I know about the like you telling her almost getting kidnapped, but I didn't know about that like throwing that like the bag over your head shit. Dude, that's so crazy.
Yeah, dude, scared. Literally, I was like, oh my god, like I dodged it, dude. And I was on edge after a while too. Like I was like super sketched out, but I was like always looking over my shoulder and stuff. I was like, oh heck no, this is crazy.
Damn,
Dude.
bro, that's intense.
It's wild,
dude.
Yes.
Oh man, that's fucking crazy, man. I kind of have a story like that. It's not about kidnapping. It's more about robbing.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, story time with Adam now.
Right.
Throwing back stories.
Crime boss over here.
So, the stage is Poland. We're in Krakow, Poland.
Okay.
It's for my birthday, like for like three years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like we were like drinking and stuff, and we want to go to this other bar, and they were like, "Oh, we only take cash," so we had to go to an ATM, and they told us where the ATM was. So we're like walking, and this guy literally like walks out the door and like, "What's up, man?" Like broken English.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. We're like hanging out with him, like whatever, hanging out with the local. And he says some like racist shit to my homie. He's like Asian.
Oh dang.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, that's not really funny, man. Like we're like, but we kind of just like whatever. And so we're just like walking, get to the ATM. I'm like pulling out the money. Yo, this guy goes like this with his hand. He goes, bam, right on my back. I'm like, what the fuck? I turn around.
Dead.
Fucking push his ass. The homie hits him with the right.
Oh.
Dude, knocks his ass out. And then his dumbass dude fucking soccer kicked him. And instead of like using like the flat of the foot, he used his fucking toes.
Jeez.
He said, bam, right in his head. And his fucking toe hurted the rest of the time. But dude, it was like the craziest feeling of my life, dude. We're in fucking Poland, Krakow, Poland. And this older gentleman was trying to fucking rob us.
That's crazy.
Dumbass out, bro.
But like, what did he think was gonna happen? He's like, I'm by myself. I'm gonna take these kids' money.
Oh, you know what I said? This is the best. Like, I'm so embarrassed for this, right? Because we're like walking back, right? We went to the bar and stuff, and we were walking back to our Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the guy, and I was like, "Go back to your mom's house." Like, I'm like, what? Like that,
where did that
like,
come from?
That was the best I had.
Right? You're like the whole walk home. You're like, stupid. It's like, that was it? Your mom's house? Like, oh my god.
Like this 45-year-old man, dude. Go back to your mom's house.
And you're probably just super angry too. Just like, you really meant it.
Yeah. Dude, to this day, I was like, man, I gotta start writing more.
Yeah,
I gotta figure some comebacks.
Just in case I have this moment again. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't think I've, knock on wood, never had a moment where I was about to be robbed or, So, but that's intense. I could have been kidnapped and robbed. Just imagine. Just imagine.
But dude, that kidnap thing, that sounds fucking crazy, bro. Like I always played in my head, and it's funny because every time you say the story, I have these certain two guys in my head that are the characters.
Okay.
It's fucking weird.
They're probably exactly what the guys look like.
It's probably the guys.
It probably is those guys.
It's probably like I probably know it from like another timeline when I was actually there too.
Right. Yeah, we were I would say the guy who almost threw the bag over my head, I would say he's probably like in his 40s, kind of balding on top. And, like his sides were shaved, but it was like bald up top. Kind of like, dude, look like some henchman in like a action movie or something, dude. Like a big broody look, like one of those guys. And guy, I would say he was probably like in his 20s or so. He looked like young, like a young kid, like, and he's a full head of hair. Yeah,
He probably got kidnapped too.
he might have been. He might be the one that lures them in.
Yeah.
Like lures the people in. Isn't that crazy too? Like people lure you in, like become
100%.
friends with you and stuff. And
Dude, chicks do that all the time with their boyfriends.
with their boyfriends, yeah.
Right? Like they have a boyfriend and they're like, I want another girl. Right? So she goes like up to the girls and talks to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they fuck her and then they murder her. That's some real ass shit.
It's real. That's true story.
That's some real ass shit right there.
One of the craziest ones I heard, this guy was talking about it. Like his daughter was kidnapped. I don't know if there's any updates on this. Was back. I couldn't even tell you. Probably like anywhere from 2012 to 2016. I saw this video, and basically he said his daughter was friends with some girl they just met at school, new friend or new person. Met the family and everything, and like she stayed the night over at their house a few times. Like they got to that point in a relationship where they're friends, and then I think just one time she stayed over there, never came back home. They just like it was like a pretend family, and they were just taking kids. Yeah,
fuck.
That's nuts.
That is nuts.
I'm like, how many people's houses I've stayed the night at, and like friends I have. It's that like. That's a huge like something you would never really think of, and I'm just like, that's crazy.
I remember like my parents, they would always be like, oh, we don't like that family, or oh, they're not Christian, or they like they're weird, I don't want you to hang out with them. And I'm like, why? They're people, they're fun. But right. Maybe they knew some people with that kind of story.
Right, they were sketched.
Yeah, they were a little sketched out.
Because I remember even my mom telling me, like, back when I was younger, she was like, at first I didn't let you stay the night at people's houses. She was like, I was too scared. I was like, yeah, good. I'm glad you didn't let me stay at people's houses. Dude, for a while.
For funny you say about kidnapping, right? It just happened to this girl I knew that I went to school with.
Mm-hmm. Her
friend was hanging out with this, I don't know if it was a friend or a boyfriend or like a Tinder hookup or something.
Right.
But she was hanging out there were these two Mexican dudes.
Oh, it's here in Vegas?
Yeah. Do you know about that?
I know about it, but someone I know, or I guess I've never met in real life, but on social media, they were friends with that girl as well, too. And they were like posting pictures and stuff.
Yeah. In the person that I know, they know the other girl, that one girl, I forgot her name. She does a lot of makeup. Do you know who I'm talking about? She's kind of bigger.
Maybe I would have to see.
A little heavier.
No offense to a heavier.
No offense.
I would have to see her.
I forgot her name. But she was posting about her too. I don't know if she actually knew the chick or if she just knew about the story from Vegas.
Yeah, the girl on my social media, it was like actual like pictures of them together and stuff. So I was like, dang, that was like a close, like that was a friend, not just some sympathy stuff. Like they were really together, yeah.
Yeah, the girl I went to school with when I went to Silverado, it was her best friend.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy, dude.
Maybe it's the same chick, dude.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Life's crazy.
Yeah, life's great. In Vegas, it's super small. It's like, anybody.
And Vegas is like probably like a hot spot for trafficking, right?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, that like, we're going to Vegas. Then you end up in a hotel room, a nice hotel room, and then you disappear.
Easy prey. Yeah.
Easy prey, bro.
Yeah,
like, dude,
yeah.
There's such a world that we like think like. In my head, dude, the world kind of is just put together and it's all nice and everyone loves each other, right? That is a lie. I lie to myself.
Right, like you put yourself in this bubble almost. You're like, this is like almost kind of like going back to when we were talking about realities and stuff. Like this is my reality. Like
exactly.
I wake up, go to work, and everything, but it's like on the outside of your reality, like how dark it is. Like you have like the dark world basically,
Exactly.
and it's just
there's
like
some gutters.
Yeah, there's some gutter. Like it's not all clean. It's a dirty world.
There's some dirty gutters that haven't been cleaned in a while.
And they don't want to be clean.
Yeah, like dude, there's some people because like back to like the idea of that like last week's episode, right? That the devil all the time, right?
Right.
They might not even think they're devils.
No.
It's just their life.
It's just like natural to them.
Yeah, it's just like you're like we're a trafficking ring, just like the what is it what is their fucking name? The Epstein.
Oh, Jeffrey Epstein and stuff.
And then his girlfriend.
I forget her name.
Maxwell. We'll just
we'll just call it Maxwell.
Yeah, so Maxwell, her dad was into that shit. Right? So they just passed it down.
Right.
Like I think he had 2 or 3 kids, and they kind of were like all in the business kind of thing, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like, and that's sad too. Just like being raised in that too, like kind of like being thrown into it almost. Like it's like how much of a choice do you really have? Because like it's your family as well. But also too, it's like with that, it's just like how do you lose your humanity like that to kind of like just kind of have that, like get to that place. Like I don't want to think too much about it, but it's like you're pretty much like I just feel like you're not human anymore to like feel like that's okay and just like for the sense of money and stuff like that.
Yeah, because you just see them as a commodity.
Right, and that's it.
I mean, that's why like kind of like any slaves throughout history, right? The pyramids, like everyone, like most nations have been through some sort of slavery, right? And like just American slaves, right? Brought them from Africa, brought them over, and the idea it's just a commodity, right? In the minds of the people, you don't see them as people, you see them as robots,
right?
Fleshy robots, right? So it gets real fucking weird because then you start seeing humans as different levels instead of like we're all the same.
Right.
You start seeing them as just like you're just a dog, or like you're just a pet, right?
Right. Like you're not human to me, basically, which is crazy. Yeah. And even too, like back on the Jeffrey Epstein thing, I don't know how true it is, but I've seen like some leaks of the flight list or whatever. And there's some people on there, like I'm kind of like not surprised, but then there's some I'm surprised and then sad because I'm like, I enjoyed those actors or artists or whatever.
Spill the beans, because I've seen the list, but I forgot what I read.
I don't know how true it is, and I don't want to say it as like fact or anything.
Yes, this is a no fact.
Yeah, this is no fact at all.
This is called the no fact segment.
Yeah, I'll just send you the list after.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
just in case we meet these people in real life. And there's that opportunity of make or break our podcast. I don't want to ruin that moment.
Yeah.
But it was crazy, and it was like a lot of people, and who knows if that was even the full list of people and stuff. And like I said, and just showing like Hollywood in general too, because even Justin Bieber, I don't know if you heard what he was talking about. I think he at his Bible study or something, he was just like pretty much he's like, I can't keep this in anymore. And he talks about this party he went to, and it was just like some big Hollywood party, and they basically brought in like someone who's part of like human trafficking or whatever. And basically the people at this party was like, if you want to raise your career up to like the next level, like pretty much become a mogul. If you want to become a mogul, like you have to do this, like do this to this person. And he was just like, no, like what's going on? And so he's just like, it's just like the stuff that goes on in Hollywood too, as well. And
yeah, because that's when it comes to like influence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because you can be rich, but then to be powerful, right? you have to have something to be powerful with, right? And that's where kind of like trafficking comes into,
Right.
and blackmail, because that's what they're saying. Like Epstein was, he
Mhm.
was a shill for the like CIA to get like blackmail on these rich and famous people,
Right.
right? Because once you become like a millionaire or billionaire, you are like in my mind, you're another government,
Pretty much.
right? You're a single government, and that's why they have these like tax breaks and stuff for the rich, and that's why
Mhm.
going into like let's say Trump, right? They're like, oh, he only paid $750 in taxes. Yeah, all rich people do pay
Mhm.
that because they elect the people to pass these laws. So then all the senators and all the governors and the president don't have to pay crazy amount of taxes, and they can become even more rich.
Right.
It's a system. So for them to say that, oh, look at Trump's taxes, yeah, well, look at Pelosi's taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
look at Schumer's taxes,
Right.
which is like to the common person, right? They're like, hey, that's impossible. But right, but to like people that kind of think about this stuff and research this stuff, it's like, come on,
Mhm. Come
this is
on.
kind of a low blow. Like you're calling
Right.
yourself out.
Pretty much at this point.
Yeah, you're calling yourself out, my guy.
Jeez.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's
crazy.
crazy because like power and all that stuff, it doesn't matter because we have this like back to like the idea of reality, right?
Hmm.
When it comes down to it, when you're in a room of darkness, you care about yourself only.
Right.
There's this, I I feel a connection between everyone, right? Just a
Hmm.
little bit. Like there's just like this weird connection where like you see someone, like, okay, we're human,
Right.
but no one cares about you. We
Hmm.
all pretend like this. We perceive people as in like everyone cares about us, the government cares about us, our job cares about us. No, it's like there. It's just a bunch of mirrors that
Hmm.
like they lie to us to pretend to tell us like, oh, you're good, just come to work. We got you, bro. We'll give you
Right.
that money. We got you benefits. Just come to work. Just come here.
Yeah. Come here. Come to work.
We want to use your time, right?
Hmm.
It's just a bunch of just fucking lies.
All right. And you're
To
just
kind of,
easily rehireable too. They're like, oh,
yeah,
like, oh, you want to quit? Cool. We already have your replacement
ex-
outside. Like, we just interviewed them. Like,
yeah. It's like my job, like being a third party contractor,
mhm.
is a type of trafficking.
Right.
It's legal trafficking. It's like going to the government like, listen, we're giving them money. Maybe it's not as much money as they should have because
Hmm.
we're taking triple of what we're paying him.
Right.
Right? They got their benefits. We gave him a truck so he can
Okay,
drive
much.
these places.
Right. So we can get to work.
Yeah, he's happy. Is it okay if we have this kind of business? Like, yeah, no problem. You just have to give us some taxes.
Right.
It's fucking crazy, bro. Like
That's,
every job is a form of slavery.
mhm.
It's just legal slavery.
Pretty much. You're donating. Well, I wouldn't say I wouldn't put it as nice as you're donating, but you're basically giving your time. Like you're pretty much a slave, yeah, to the money like that you're making, to this minimum wage or however much you're making to it. It's modern day
Yeah,
slavery.
yeah, and then the government's just taking a bunch of money so they can pay themselves.
Hmm.
And then if you don't save, then you're just gonna be stuck in this system of just like paycheck after paycheck after paycheck.
Hmm. And it's like such a dream killer too. Like a lot of people don't pursue what they want because it's just day to day work. Like nobody, these like you can ask these people. I mean, there might be the rare breed of people who actually were like, yeah, I want to work my whole life. But like if you ask people, they're like, they didn't want to be a McDonald's worker or crunch, data somewhere in some office or something like that. They're just stuck in the system. Maybe they're good at it and they're like, oh, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable here. So it's just like being stuck in that system, and I feel like that system's so forced on us to just keep us away from, pursuing greatness.
But what I say to that is you can do it. You just got to go for it. Throw your net out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you just throw your net, like my resume is all over the place.
Right.
I can get any job I want because I apply to every job.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I don't have a job I want. It's just every job I apply to, I want it.
Right.
As long as it's better than the last job I had.
True. Yeah, as long as I make more.
Yeah, as long as
like I like
the number
it better,
and it's a different skill and it's a different area and it's interesting. And when I tell people, they're like, "Oh, that's sick," right? As long as I'm going up, I'm good with it. I think that's what also people kind of start hating their job is because they don't see it as a skill or like they're learning something or because some people have goals that are unattainable, right?
Right.
Like let's be honest, like there's some people that are never going to be basketball players. Like me.
Right.
Like, I'll never be it. I'm too short, too white.
So unfortunately it wasn't given
Yeah. And I don't like basketball. So it's probably because I'm not good at it.
Right. Yeah, there's some
right?
I feel like there's some dream. Yeah, I guess some dreams where it's like, unfortunately, it's not in your favor. No matter like how much skill you have at it or like how much love, it's just like, unfortunately, it might not be for you.
Exactly. And some people just need to take the time and see that and just move on.
Right.
Right. Because I don't know about you, but I know people that were going to be like famous football players. Right. They got all these letters. You're full rides. Right, you're gonna be a quarterback.
Right.
And then they get hurt, and now they work at a gas station, and they're alcoholic, and they have 5 DUIs. Like it's just bad. Like
it's not what they wanted. Yeah.
Exactly. Like instead of just being like, okay, I got injured, let's find the next best thing. Right. Damn. Like shit gets crazy, man. You just gotta like roll with the punches. That line's so good.
Right.
Rolling with the punches. You just got to keep going. A couple of punches might hurt, but you might get your punch off, and then you might become rich.
Right. Exactly.
Because you just kept going.
You just kept going. I feel like the sports one's a hard one because it's like, just imagine you have this like full ride, get hurt, dude. That would crush me, and you're like, you can't live your dream because of this happened.
Yeah.
Like, dude. That's crazy. And then, like, a lot of people, they don't get mad, but they voice their opinion. Say if like a college athlete, say he's a freshman in college, finishes his freshman year in college, and then he gets drafted into the NFL or NBA. They're like, oh, finish school first. No, go pursue your dream, because like you could continue school after that. And just imagine if you put off that opportunity and you go back and you get hurt playing in school, like don't risk that injury. Just go play. At this point,
just go.
You can always go back to school. You can always finish it up, make that money.
Exactly. Like me, dude. Like senior year, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to play some ball. I'm trying to get on the football field. Let's go. I'm gonna play my dream.
It's always been my dream. Dude, that's so fun. I remember you in football. That's funny.
I'm like, maybe I can get into college ball.
So college ball. I'll feel a little collegey. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I could definitely see that. That's funny.
This shit's so funny, bro. But once upon a time in Hollywood. Where we all want to be.
So where we all want to be.
All be human traffickers.
Be famous. Because I want to be famous. Just think LA, Hollywood, place everybody wants to be, super overpopulated.
Yeah. Homelessness, At 40%.
40%. Say, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is what Quentin Tarantino's. How many films does he have?
I don't even know.
They're like it's like 10. Could be more.
Something like that.
Either way, one of his most recent film, right? Because he hasn't come out with anything else since. Yeah, because this came out last year.
I'm trying to think. What else has he came out with that was really good?
I think what was the movie before this was The Hateful Eight, right?
It's been that long?
I think so.
To be honest, dude, I've never been able to watch it because I fall asleep in the first scene. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I've never actually watched that movie. I've turned it on so many times, at least 5 times, and I fall asleep at the beginning.
Still fall asleep.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, Django.
Yeah, Django is a good one.
Django's so good. What else is he got? That was 2012. Hateful Eight was 2015.
It's 2015?
Yeah.
Was there anything between that and Once Upon a Time?
Let's see. No, just once. So you're right. Yeah, Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight. Dang. That's a good what? 4 years.
A solid 4 years. Yeah.
Solid 4 years. What's crazy? I was kind of like looking up some stuff. He's back. Yeah, but I was looking to get some agua.
little parched.
A little parched. The throat's a little dry. But I was looking up some stuff. Supposedly, Quentin Tarantino, like at first with the script, he was thinking of making it a book first, or talking about like he wanted originally it be a book about an actor and his stuntman and them just living in Hollywood. But he was like, I think this will fit better as a film. So ended up going with film. Yeah.
Has he written a book before?
I have no idea. No idea. Yeah, that was just like a little fun fact I saw. I was like, that's interesting.
Fun fact.
Little fun fact.
Dude, so the starting scene, Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Actually, funny story what I was saying about this. So this is my first time seeing the film, and it's been since it's been out. This is the first time I've seen it. I got home last night. It was like 12 o'clock at night, and I got ready for bed. By the time I was like ready for bed, it's about 1 in the morning, and this is almost a 3-hour long movie. So I put it on, and I'm just like trying to like push through it, and I ended up watching like 2 hours full, but like my eyes were too heavy, so I saved the last 30 minutes for when I woke up. But yes, the first scene was pretty good.
Yeah, dude, it took me a while too, bro, because I've seen it. I saw it in theaters. And me rewatching it, like an hour in, dude, fall asleep. And then I watched the second hour. Like, so I had too much pre-workout again, right? So I was like, stayed up all night long. It was like 2 a.m. I like set up my computer, and I'm like laying down watching it. Okay, sweet. Made me some like salmon on some bread, dude, with some special sauce. And some, dude, maple yogurt and keto cereal, cinnamon toast crunch keto cereal is the best combo, dude.
Okay.
So good. Like I love, instead of milk, dude, I love just having yogurt with cereal.
That's actually interesting. I've never even thought of that yet.
Dude, it's so much better, dude. It's like a dessert.
A dessert?
Yeah, it's so much creamier, thicker.
Thickness.
It's almost like an oatmeal.
An oatmeal.
Think oatmeal and milk mixed together.
Mixed together.
And then I watched like 30 minutes of it, fell asleep.
It was that good old yogurt and cereal.
Yeah, fill me up.
That natural melatonin.
But Once Upon a Time was like the acting was so fucking good.
Oh yeah, you had an
Like
amazing cast as well.
the cast was amazing. Like watching the scenes of them acting as actors blew me fucking away, dude. Like
Yeah.
it was insane.
Because you got so already up to you have Leonardo DiCaprio and you
Bam.
have Brad Pitt.
Ka-chink.
Two studs of Hollywood, and you put them together in a movie. Of course, I'm going to see this movie. You know, you got these two heartthrobs. But just like you're saying, because Leonardo DiCaprio's player is what was his Rick? Rick is Rick his name? Yeah. So he's an actor, being an actor, and then it's like, so he's on this show. So it's like the opening of the movie is like the actual show he's on, right? I forget the name of it, the bandit thing, or
yeah.
But so like another thing too, Quentin Tarantino was like he was so excited about filming these extra shows and movies that the actor, the main character, was going to be in. But yeah, it was just like seeing that they're like filming other movies inside of a movie. It's like movieception almost. And then, like I said, just as an actor, I think that's so cool to just like be in that mindset. You're like, I'm in real life an actor, playing an actor. It's just like it's just all coming full circle.
And it's definitely a slow film,
Mm-hmm.
but it's almost like you know it's fucking slow, but it's nice.
It's good pace, I felt.
It's like a slow, good pace that kind of like gives you the sense of like, okay, we're here.
Right.
We're in this with them. Let's go. Like we're like it felt like the time of like real life.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense?
It does make sense.
It's like the real timeline of like life was like the real timeline in Once Upon a Time.
Mm-hmm.
I love the part where they like drive. Like it's like they just got done with work and they're like driving. Cliff is driving his sidekick.
Oh yeah, Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitty. Brad the guy, the man.
Brad the guy, the man.
And they get to his house, Rick's house. Gets out of the car and like, oh, is that what is that that director's name?
I forgot his name. It's something like foreign for sure.
Yeah, I fucking forgot, dude. I had it. 'Cause he's a famous director.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Roman Polanski.
There we go.
And the Roman Polanski's his car was like the old school car with his hot like girlfriend,
which is Margot Robbie, and she's actually playing Sharon Tate.
Sharon Tate.
We'll go more into her character later in the podcast,
but oh my gosh, dude, they roll up, and then Roman rolls up, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, that's Roman Polanski."
He's like, he's my next door neighbor.
He's like, I've lived here for a while now, and I've never seen him.
Right, never seen him.
I'm out here living in the Hollywoods, just like a Hollywood actor's supposed to do.
Because it starts off the movie. So Rick talks to I forget what the character's name was, but Al Pacino, right? Was it Al Pacino?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Al Pacino, and he's talking to him, and basically they're talking about pretty much how he liked his movie. It started off how he liked his movies, and then Rick's talking about the shows he's in, and when he's mentioning the shows, he's mentioning that he's the bad guy in each of these shows. I forgot what they had a word for it. The heavy. He's like, you're the heavy. Like,
yeah. Al Pacino, his name is Marvin.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like this kind of producer, right?
Right.
like director producer, and he was like, "Hey Rick, you know you're always the heavy in these fucking films, right? You know what that means? They're trying to get these young bucks to become famous, and you're just gonna just flurry into the background.
Kind of
You should,
carry them almost.
yeah, you should do some of these Italian movies,
Spaghetti westerns. So he's already like Rick's, and then it starts kind of getting in his head, him and Cliff, when they walk out, and he's like, "Give me your glass." He's like, "Here, take my glasses." He's like, "Don't want to see anybody see you crying or like this," and he's just coming to the realization like, "Oh, my career's kind of like not plummeting in the sense, but like I'm gonna be forgotten about soon." So when he saw Polanski, he's like excited, like, "Oh, my career." If just imagine me in his movie, my career's gonna like take off again, just kind of excited about it.
yeah. And dude, the fucking houses they had, beautiful.
Oh, and out in
The
the hills.
architecture
Mm-hmm.
in the hills. I love the hills, man. Like I got an Airbnb in the hills.
Uh-huh.
I've got an Airbnb in the hills twice. One like super high up. It was like a $2.8 million house that they had on
Okay.
Airbnb. And then I got another one that was kind of like lower in the hills.
Mm-hmm.
It was still really nice. But dude, just walking around the hills, the vibe there is just so different, man. Like you feel the money in the air, man.
Right. Smell
Everyone, yeah.
it.
Oh, that's some good money.
You smell that hill air.
Like success, dude. All the cars are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not a car that's under $50,000 there. You know, everything is some upper class cars, and the people too are just different breed.
Right, different breed of people. You could tell, just successful.
Just success, dude.
But because even Rick was talking about, I forgot who told him, but he's like, you want to own real estate here, so you're like,
Yeah.
you like had the whole spiel on it and stuff like that, why you need to own it. But you could tell it's just like an actor. So basically, it's an interesting film because you have Rick, who's like almost like trying to get his name back, I guess, or like trying to, he's seeing these things becoming the heavy, like his career's kind of not falling, but he doesn't want to be forgotten, basically. And then you have Cliff, his stunt double, who he doesn't do but they're also like, you could tell there's like a real friendship there. Like they're close friends. Like they've been together for a while. Because there's even like he's always driving him around, like taking care of him and stuff like that. But even with Cliff, I forget which set he was on, but he was trying to get a stunt double job, but he couldn't because of whoever the director was or wherever. He was like on the Green Hornet or something like that, and they just didn't really get along. And Rick was like, "Yeah, I tried, but can't really get you onto this set."
Well, it was because do you remember it was because the wife.
The wife didn't like him, yeah.
Yeah, the wife didn't like him.
And then the backstory on that was because supposedly Cliff murdered his wife and got away with it. And like no one knows, but of course, like, rumors spread and everything like that. I mean, it kind of leaves it open for you as well, too. They kind of they go more into like Cliff's backstory a little bit. And because he has that when Leonardo DiCaprio, Rick, he's talking to was that Jeff Bridges that he was talking to?
The director?
Director. I think it's Jeff Bridges, right? Could be wrong. Anyway, or before I just say some random actor's name.
Yeah, no, it was Randy Miller.
Randy Miller.
Yeah.
No.
Kurt
Russell.
Kurt
right?
Russell.
Yeah, not Jeff Bridges. Kurt Russell. There we go.
Yeah, Randy Miller was a character.
Mm-hmm.
So Kurt Russell played Randy Miller.
Randy Miller, yeah.
Director.
As a director. But yeah, I remember, he was talking about his wife and he didn't want him on on the set or whatever.
Bad vibes.
Yeah, bad vibes. He said wasn't feeling it, but he ends up letting him on, which is pretty good. But basically, like, he's like, one mess up, you're gone.
Which comes to one of my favorite scenes with fucking Kung Fu Man.
Kung Fu Man. Oh yeah, Bruce Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, the fight scene. He's like, I guess Bruce Lee was kind of showing off and talking about. He was doing this huge spiel, and then he was like, "I don't know, man." And they started a fight, and then he throws him, and shit got broken.
Right, he throws him into the car or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I feel like that was like a little controversial because I have heard Bruce Lee kind of being like that, like on set. Not, I wouldn't say like necessarily stuck up, but like kind of like, I don't know, like not high and mighty. I don't know, just kind of like I guess
hot-headed.
Not even hot-headed, but kind of like almost stuck up like that. But I've heard of that about Bruce Lee, but hopefully it's not true because I'm a Bruce Lee fan. But interesting about the guy who played Bruce Lee, his name is Mike Mo or Ma. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he actually he didn't have like a really good time with his like acting career, so he ended up leaving Hollywood and stuff, and then Tarantino, he like worked at a dojo, like a karate dojo, and I guess Tarantino, I think, found him or something like that and kind of gave him the shot to be so Bruce Lee. Yeah, just like be this part, which I thought he was a good Bruce Lee. Like he had 100%. The voice down perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know that Joe Rogan,
mm-hmm.
he was talking about how he was kind of offended that they like portrayed Bruce Lee as this like wimp.
Right, exactly.
He lost. He was some stuck-up dude that didn't know how to fight.
Yeah,
he was like legit pissed. like for like 4 or 5 episodes, he always brought it up. That's how pissed he was.
Right. Because I was kind of like upset. I wouldn't say upset, but I was just kind of like, this isn't Bruce Lee. Like, Bruce Lee just doesn't get beat up like that. So but it was like, for the film, it's fun. It's entertainment. It's not meant to be taken like seriously, I guess.
Yeah,
so I wasn't tripping over that. But it was a funny scene because it was like, you have Cliff, he's waiting to do his scene, and then they're on the set of Green Hornet, which Bruce Lee was on. Realistically in real life during the 60s, but he was on there, and they're all just hanging out, and they end up, I think Bruce Lee was talking about how if him and Cassius Clay, which is Ali, if they ever got into a fight, how would it work? And Bruce Lee was like, I would cripple him basically, and Cliff started laughing, yeah, and then that's how the altercation started.
Yeah. But I mean, it's so dialogue heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole movie's just kind of like, it felt like just their reality. Like, it was kind of like showing us what like a day in the life of an actor was.
Mm-hmm. And especially like that time period too, in the 60s, which I thought it was really cool. Well, it's like a interesting time period as well, especially what was going on like in Hollywood, or the events that were gonna happen towards the end of like the 60s. I want to say like around 69. But yeah, even Quentin Tarantino, they said this was like his most expensive budget. Like, I think he put almost like $100 million in just the set alone, like recreating that like old Hollywood, like Hollywood Boulevard and stuff, when they show like Cliff and Rick driving down there and stuff. And it was just like I said, kind of like their own reality. It's just like showing, a day in the life of an actor, which basically was the movie. It was like an actor and his stuntman, just two friends. Yeah.
It's a pretty cool fact about the Fam Bam.
Fam Bam.
My grandpa was a stunt devil in Hollywood.
Okay.
he worked with John Wayne.
John Wayne.
He rode horses.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did a lot of westerns.
Ooh, okay. And I feel like that was big in that time too.
Yeah.
Westerns, yeah.
And he looked like my grandpa kind of looked like Brad Pitt, like aesthetic wise, not like looks wise, but aesthetic wise. He's even in a book like the 100 Greatest Stunt Devils or whatever. Like his name and his pictures in this book.
Okay.
Which is easy.
It's a good old pop.
Yeah, pop. Dude, it is funny because his name was Dick.
Okay.
Dick Bullock.
Dick Bullock. Okay.
He had a fucking unibrow. The sad part was, dude, he died when my dad was like 13 years old.
Dang. Yeah, that's rough. Was it like doing stunts or it was just natural?
No, he was changing a tire on the freeway. You know, in LA.
Right.
And a car hit him.
Oof.
Like that's why you're never supposed to do that kind of shit.
Right. Yeah, it's very dangerous doing that. Oh, jeez. Condolences for Papa Bullock.
Little Papa Bullock.
Oh man. But yeah, just being there, then not to just skip over loss of your
good.
Well, my bad.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Papa Bullock. But yeah, it was interesting, and it's like it only really went into because even like Cliff was like he seemed like a humble guy. Like he was just like, I love driving you around, hanging out in the hills. Like he was content with life. Like he was like, I'm good. I'm chilling. Like I got my thing going on. He had a sick pit bull at home. But and then same thing when like Rick was stressing out over his job. He's like pretty much hyping him up. He's like, you're Rick. Was it Rick Jarvis or I forget what his name is? But he's just like hyping him up and like he's like, I would take those Italian movies and those like spaghetti westerns and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and then because didn't they went to Cliff went to the hippie establishment.
Spawn Ranch.
Yeah, Spawn Ranch.
Yeah, Spawn Ranch.
Met a little hottie. Picked her up. She said, "Can I blow you?" He said, "Can I see an ID?"
Right, smart man.
Smart man. He's like, "I'm not trying to go to jail for some pootie tang."
Which is interesting. It was like because you see their like paths cross, like their path crosses like in the beginning of the movie when the first like car ride scene you see of Cliff and Rick, and I think she's carrying pickles or something like that. They were like, it shows them like fishing, dumpster diving or whatever, and they got food because they're taking it back to the ranch. So they're just like hitchhiking back from the ranch to wherever they are, Hollywood Boulevard or whatever. But Spawn Ranch is where Manson, that's where his pretty much where he started his establishment, like you were saying. So it's interesting them adding that because it at the moment it doesn't seem like it's a big part of the movie, but it does like end up like going into it.
Yeah. And I thought it was funny because he gets there and he's like, he knows the guy that owns it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, dude, he stayed so cool the whole entire movie.
Right.
Like he never lost. Like even when he lost his temper, really, he was still cool.
Right.
Right. He played such a cool character. Cliff was such a cool dude.
Very cool.
Like, hey guys, can I talk to the old man? I forgot the guy's name.
I forget his name. I think it was.
Let's see.
But even just like as we're looking that up, George.
Spawn.
Yeah.
Spawn Ranch.
Yeah, and even just that scene too was so like, it almost like changed the pace of the movie. Like almost like if there was like we were watching a scary movie and you were like
100%.
You're like, Cliff should not be here. Like I felt like, oh, he might die. Like Cliff might die in this, because they made it super, because the whole time, because they're sitting in the, you have that group of them sitting in the house where George lives, and they see the car pull up, and the girl, she's like, oh, let me know. She's like, who's pulling up? They're like, some car, and they're going to see. And the whole time they're like, where's George as well? Like, they kept kind of like dodging the question, or like he's taking a nap. And it's just like the whole scene was just tense. It was like, you're not sure what was going to happen, what he was going to walk into. I mean, everything ended up being normal, but it was like, it was cool, like just having that moment in the movie. It's just like feeling like that ominous, like just ooh, like I was tense the whole time.
Yeah, the suspense, 100%, dude. The whole scene was so suspenseful.
Mm-hmm.
Right, even when he's like talking to Mr. Spawn,
right?
He's like, yo, dude, I just want to make sure you're okay. And like, I was like so conflicted. I was like, dude, tell these people to get out for this guy. But then I was like, but it's this guy's life, you know.
That's
like,
it,
so
man.
He's good with it. And that's what I felt like. That's what Cliff felt too. Like, he wanted to help. He wanted to make sure he was okay. But he was just like, nah, dude, she's fucking my brains out. Good.
Which that yeah, let me take my nap time. Which that girl was that's Dakota Fanning. The
what?
Yeah, the redhead girl. Yeah. Or was she redhead? Or yeah, she's redhead. Because I remember the scene where Cliff's
that
like,
was Dakota Fanning?
Dakota Fanning, yeah.
I missed that. That's crazy.
Dude, super crazy. Yeah, how she's just grown in her career as well too. Yeah. But yeah, that was good. Even when we're introduced to like Charles Manson, I mean, he's only in it in that one scene when he pulls up to Polanski, that was his name, right?
Polanski
pulls up to Polanski's house, and he's kind of like looking around, and I forget the other actor's name, but him and Sharon Tate, which is one of the people that Charles Manson ended up killing during that whole time. But I forget the actor's name, but he was there. But even just that scene, just like, because you know who he is, and like that guy who played him, like he looks like him, and he just does like a good job, because he's also in have you seen the show on Netflix, Mindhunters?
I watched one episode and I told you it was good, and that was the last episode I watched.
That was it.
That's
that's hilarious.
Gonna be honest.
Gonna be honest. I don't know. I loved it, but anyway, he was also Charles Manson in the show Mindhunter. Oh, wow. So you got more of his character in Mindhunter, and like he did, like it was crazy, like spot on likeness, and because they did like an interview with him, with Charles Manson, and like got that recording so they can study. But yeah, even just that scene alone, like I said, he did good. But even though it was just like a short part, like you kind of already know where the film is gonna go. Like it's kind of like pieces together.
Yeah. It's crazy how Charles Manson is such a figure in our lives.
Like
right?
pretty much all serial killers, like how they're famous, yeah.
He's such a like this figure that's been in our pop culture. Mm-hmm. Like bitches love him, like everything. Like it's crazy. You could literally just become famous from murdering someone, or even telling people to go murder someone.
Right.
Like a cult leader.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wins. Like if you want to say that the reason he did it was for like love, then he wins. He has love for eternity, which is crazy because he did some fucked up shit.
Yeah, basically he did what he wanted, not to be forgotten, and like he's not forgotten. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's just a big piece. Like most of these serial killers are, like they're just a big part of history now, because it's like just how much of a mark they left and like on humanity is just crazy.
Yeah. And it's funny, I don't know if you've heard about this, but supposedly Charles Manson was a government shill. So there's this book, right? So this guy wrote this book, and he was interviewed on Rogan,
Right.
and it's about how Manson was in and out of jail his whole life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they would just let him go. And this was the time of MK Ultra, the program, right?
The program, yeah.
And this guy did so much research, like 20 years of research, and they found that there's these places where they would dose like Johns, like they would do like a fake prostitution ring. Like, oh yeah, come on in, and the prostitutes, if they're real or not, would dose the Johns, and then they would have like a fake mirror and watch them. And this was by the U.S. government.
Right.
And it's all like written down, like it's all declassified information. So this guy's saying that Charles Manson was dosing all these hippies. Like his job was to go dose all these hippies, and that's why they kept on letting him go.
Right.
And then they were also putting him in prison, in jail.
Right. That's crazy. Which I could see because I know Tex, the guy Tex, like his right-hand man or whatever, or the one who did one of the killings, but he was on like I think acid when that whole murder happened. He was on acid, but I could definitely see that him using that to like, be so charismatic and like also have that like control over them as well too.
Yeah, but that's the U.S. government, the CIA, which is crazy because they just like allowed them to do this shit.
Right. Just it's okay.
And what are you gonna say to the cops or to your like wife? Yeah, I was at a prostitution house and they drugged me.
Right, exactly. You're not gonna tell anyone, yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
Right.
How scary is that, dude? Government drugging.
Right.
Like,
Especially
who knows?
back
Like,
then.
all the people that have been like, I bet there's a high percentage of people that got like roofied and stuff. Like the history of the United States was by the government. Like just
probably, yeah.
Right? Just testing out different things. Like you think we can like persuade these people with these different drugs to come home and sleep with us? Easy, dude.
Easy, yeah.
Like girls dragging guys. Like all that stuff.
Yeah. It sells. But yeah, that is crazy. I've actually never heard of that. That's interesting. Yeah, I could definitely see that. And because he wasn't in the movie as much either, which I mean it makes sense because it wasn't like, I feel like it would have taken away from the movie. I feel like if Charles Manson was in it more, it would have made it more like a film about him. I felt like, yeah,
because his character's just been overdid so many times. Yeah. So many movies with him in it.
It was enough. You got to see enough of him to know what the time period was and what was going to happen. Like Hollywood, Charles Manson. Okay, I get that. That's pretty much all you need. So I think it was smart on that part as well too. But that was a crazy scene. Like I said, being at the ranch, Spawn Ranch, which was actually like an old. He says it a few times, but that's where they used to shoot westerns at. Is at this ranch. And it ended up being abandoned, or I guess not used anymore, probably because Hollywood grew and they have more sets and studios. But interesting too, like kind of how like it does like a play on things, like a real life cowboy and a fake cowboy, and that's kind of like how Leonardo DiCaprio's character and Brad Pitt's character are. Like Rick was the actor acting as a cowboy, and then you have Cliff, Brad Pitt's character, who is actually like, he's like a modern day, like they consider him a modern day cowboy. And like it shows with that scene, him going to Spawn Ranch and pretty much like just kind of like, he wasn't scared. Like we were scared for him, but like he's like that cool character. Like he wasn't scared the whole time.
Alpha.
Yeah, the alpha over there. Yeah.
Like he was just like, his presence was just pure alpha, right? And so he's like, everything's good. He's like, I'm about to leave. And the girl's like, fuck you. I shouldn't even brought you here. It was a mistake. He's like, whatever.
He said, "See ya."
See ya, chick.
Just another chick.
And yeah, then he rolls up to his car, looks to the left. What does he see? A knife right in the fucking wheel. Turns to the right, sees a little punk ass hippie. I love that scene so much because he was like, "Come here, fix this shit."
Right.
Like alpha as hell, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Fix this shit.
Just whoops him too, and he ends up fixing
his fucking ass. He's like, "Okay,
can I get a rag first?" He like after.
Yeah. Can I get a rag to wipe my face? Like just to show how much of a pussy this guy is.
Right.
Right.
Oh man, but yeah, that was a good scene. That was kind of like when the movie kind of started. No, I would say it kind of kept the same pace throughout the whole movie. Like I said, it wasn't like a slow, boring pace. It was just like story building, I felt like. But even kind of like going back to like just already the cast, like Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie. Even like Leonardo DiCaprio's character, like he had like a lot of improv, or I don't know if it was a lot, but there's a few moments of improv that he had. Like the scene after, so he gets that new show and he's the heavy on, he's the bad guy, which kind of like the show we kind of see for the rest of the movie. When he messes up his lines and he like gets embarrassed and stuff, that was actually not in the script. Leonardo DiCaprio gave that idea to Quentin Tarantino, and he actually ended up liking it, and which leads into the scene when he goes back into his trailer and he starts like has that like little fit and freaks out. That was as well too. That wasn't like in the script either. Like Quentin Tarantino just liked it and rolled with it, and it worked well because then it kind of shows Rick like kind of, what's the word I'm going from, like his redemption. That was like his redemption arc almost, because remember he goes back and he ends up killing the scene. Like he does good. He adds in the like throwing the girl on the ground, and like he pretty much like he got his mojo back, like his career back basically.
Yeah. And I love that because it showed that he was acting as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
And he broke out of character as an actor, as acting like an actor. It felt so real, and it was like you were there, dude. It was like you were behind the camera, filming it. You're like, oh man, it's so good. And that I fell in like love with that scene, like just seeing the magic, because it's like magic to be really like so in depth with a character, and then just to snap out of it. Line.
That line.
Fill it back. Let's start over. Like, just keep going. Start over. It's like, I guess.
Like start. Yeah, just to snap out of character and then snap back into character, and then like even like I said, that scene was just improv. Like to even just be like, I'm gonna do this, and like it ends up turning out good. Like it looks good. Like his little tantrum in the trailer, it was like that worked. So they were like, let's keep it, And usually like Quentin Tarantino's like one who's like stick to the script. So for him to kind of be open with that too was pretty cool.
Yeah, and like you said, that scene inside his little trailer, I felt like that was actually DiCaprio, like how he actually acts.
You think so?
Yeah. I think that was like him actually being pissed off at himself or fucking the lineup, but still he got the improv in, right? He fixed it, but he got back to his trailer and went in on it because he was actually pissed the fuck off.
Right.
Right? Because I think improv, a lot of it's really, really like well done and it's good, but it's probably because they forgot their fucking line.
Right.
Like, let's be fucking honest. Like, it's not because they're just trying to be creative. It's because they forgot their line. Because an actor wants to please the director as much as possible. But Leonardo DiCaprio has been in the business forever.
Literally, yeah.
So he's probably he's just, there's so much experience. He probably could just throw shit around and just play with it.
play with it. Yeah, very experienced actor. So that's why I like him, Brad Pitt, same thing.
Oh man.
Both good actors, and they did a good job. And then too, like we brought her up, Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate, and it's almost like she didn't have a huge part in the movie. Like she was kind of like in scenes, like scene by scene. And like I think the most we see her is that scene of her going to the movies and watching the movie she was in, and she like you kind of get that moment you see her like enjoying like people laughing at her stunts and stuff like that too. And then if you notice in the movie when they put Leonardo DiCaprio, Rick's character, into films or shows, they like kind of like however they do it, whether it's like a green screen or whatever, they kind of place him in those sections and he'll like act out the movie. With Margot Robbie, or with Sharon Tate, they kept the real Sharon Tate in the films and didn't insert Margot Robbie in there. So that's why you didn't see that. So it was just kind of like, that was like a cool little head nod as well to like kind of keep her in there.
Yeah. And it kind of almost culminated to like the ego of an actor and how full of themselves they are. Right? If you want to look at it, like, yeah, she was having a good time, but she was just loving the praise. She was loving herself. She was in there watching herself and enjoying her own performance. Like, it was just feeding the ego of the actor or actress. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really showed just how egotistical actors are.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who are egotistical, but I think more her. It was just kind of like, because she's not really like well known or like big either. I think she just kind of was like in the moment. I don't know, and just like seeing like, oh, people actually enjoy, the stuff I do. So it was just an interesting scene, but like just like saying like her like she wasn't really in the movie, but it was like a sense of like light, like when she was in the movie, like oh, this is like a good character, like certain things.
And she's hot.
Right, yeah, she's also hot.
The scene that I loved the most was when she was like at the party.
Oh yeah, the party.
Like Roman Polanski, and then we meet who do we meet? What's that?
He's like a big name too. I forget.
Oh my god, I can't believe! Like literally, it was on the tip of my tongue. Steve McQueen.
Yeah, Steve McQueen. Yeah.
Steve McQueen, and then we meet Jay Sebring.
Jay Sebring, that's his name.
Yeah, and we learn about the love triangle.
Yeah, the little love triangle. It's like a brief like moment. Yeah.
But right when they get there, they say hi. She jumps in the car, kisses Steve McQueen on the lips. I'm like, hold up. You just came with Roman. You live with Roman. Like, what's going on here? Right? And then, dude, that scene, I don't know if it was just like a solid scene or a solid shot, but I loved how they danced. Yeah. She came in, like, not even looking at the camera or looking at anyone, and it's just like that side view. Right. And then just dancing, and it just was so smooth and just groovy, bro. Like, it was literally the definition of groovy. Like,
literally groovy, yeah. Like, took you back to the 60s, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, I want to be at that party.
Right. And then, like, how it's funny how you mentioned that with, like, her kissing the guy. But it was, like, I feel like the 60s was such a love time. Like, it was just, like, free love, like, everybody. So it was, like, almost, like, normal that she did that. Because I was the same thing. I was like, oh, dang, like, I was like, wait, is she with Polanski or was she with this dude? But like ultimately she's with the other dude. What's his name? Jay.
It literally just said his name.
Yeah, I know. We just said it and I already forgot.
Fuck.
But she's like
Jay.
With that guy.
Jay Sebring.
Jay Sebring. She's with that guy the whole time, or ends up like that's the one who she really loves. So it was like kind of like just kind of this love triangle and stuff. So.
Yeah, and they were all dancing. And they like the other guy, I don't even know his name. I don't think they ever even said his name. He was sitting there with the other girl, and then he smoking a cigarette, and he's like, I'm gonna tell you a story.
I'm gonna tell you.
It's like she fell in love with, or not fell in love, like she was dating him,
Mhm.
and then she got with Roman, and then they moved to LA, and then now they're all together forever.
Forever, yeah.
Unacceptable. I was like, interesting. It's just like you said, like the free love.
Uh-huh.
Like everyone was just loving each other.
Yeah, more free love time.
Open
And then what was cool though, because then after that it kind of, because Rick ends up doing the spaghetti western, so they show him go to Italy, and then he finds a wife, and he comes back, and it's funny. There's like that moment, like almost like he's like breaking up with Cliff or whatever. They're not together in a relationship, but like breaking their friendship. Like,
yeah.
But it's like it doesn't have. He's like, oh, I can't work with you because I can't afford you right now because the misses and everything. But they're like still like that friendship, and I think when they got home, they ended up going drinking together or whatever, too. But that was funny because it was like you felt it because they're like these guys really, they're friends. Like they enjoy each other outside of work.
Yeah, he was just keeping him on the payroll.
Right.
He was just like giving a homie a job. Like, yo, you could just hang out with me.
Yeah, basically.
You could just drive me around, just hang out in Italia with me. But the airplane scene showed like the separations. Like you said, they're homies, but there became a separation because they were in first class. Right? And I love the scene where they're just showing they're showing Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're showing fucking Rick, and they're like, they said something, and then he has a wife, and then they showed the wife, and it was like, meh. Like
just like knocked out.
The narrator voice was like, God damn it. And then they went all the way back.
Uh-huh.
And he showed fucking Cliff.
He's all the way in coach.
Just drinking. It's like, fuck my life.
Because then it leads to because that's about like the end of the movie. So it's like kind of like you see Ricky's got his like mojo back, like he's like his career is like, he did good in Italy, so he's coming back to America doing more films. So they come home and they have their little hangout, Cliff and Rick, and then they go home, and like kind of like Rick's continuing the night because he said he drinks a lot, so it's like 12 at night or like 12 midnight, and he's making margaritas, and Cliff's there, and he has that acid cigarette that he's been holding on to, so he's like, tonight's the night, goes, lights it up, walks the dog, and then you see the car pull up that has has Charles Manson's lackeys, if you want to call them, Rex and the two other girls in there. So then it's kind of already setting up. You're like, oh, I know what's gonna happen next, but I don't know what's gonna happen next. And I liked how like Quentin Tarantino did that.
Yeah,
kind of kept it open for us.
Well, I totally forgot to talk about like that bar scene with Leonardo DiCaprio. At the beginning, he's like practicing his line.
Oh yeah.
And he makes that drink.
Oh, what he says what the name of the drink was.
Yeah, I literally forgot the name of the drink. But it had like eggs and like
had egg in it.
Yeah, like an egg and like some drink. I was like, what the fuck is that?
He's like, you could have just stopped at 3, 4. He's like, no, but you had to have 8 of them.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is that kind of drink? Some eggs?
Some egg in there. I forget the name. He says it in the movie. But yeah, like just that end scene of all of them. So like you see them up, Rex and the two other girls, and then he goes into they end up going to Rick's home, which originally the real story, they go to Sharon Tate's home with or Polinsky's, whoever's home that is. They end up going there instead of there, but to fit with the story. And Brad Pitt, Cliff comes back, and he's already tripping on acid. So I'm kind of like, oh no, Cliff Cliff's about to die. Like you get that feeling again that you felt at the when they're at the ranch. You're like, oh, this is when he dies. Like this is it, because he's like, and I felt like because with the dog, because he trained him so well, where the dog doesn't move if he doesn't tell him to. But then you see like the dog kind of like, hey, like it seems like an intruder's outside. It's like he kind of like caught on with that.
Yeah, he's like Bork.
Yeah. But yeah, that ending was good because it's like he gave us a happy ending, Quentin Tarantino. Like I said, it just all the events ends up Cliff and them pretty much killing those three who originally in real life, if you know the story, ends up killing Sharon Tate and the three other people that were with them, and that's where like Manson got his fame from, those like Hollywood murders and stuff. So it was like a nice different shift of reality, and it gives you that happy ending is like what it stopped those events, like a whole new reality of it.
Yeah. And like Cliff was like, are you guys real?
Yeah, are you guys real? He's tripping out. Yeah.
He's like tripping. And then he does the fake gun.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, I know you guys from the ranch.
He's like, what's your name again? And he's like, I'm the devil. I'm here to do the devil's work.
Dude, and they do that line in The Devil's Rejects.
Mm-hmm.
Otis. Yeah.
Okay, so a little nod to the Devil's Rejects.
Rejects.
Okay.
But oh man, I loved how violent it was.
Oh yeah, it was like all the violence was saved for that last scene, the last like 20 minutes of the movie.
This is like orgasming, like oh.
And then Rick uses his flamethrower from that movie he did where he killed the Nazis.
The Nazis he was like, oh man, is it possible we can turn it down?
Right.
It's just to show that like actors are just kind of pussies.
He's like, dude, it's
turn it down. He's like, sir, that's a flamethrower.
That's why he's like, you're right. Like my bad. Like I shouldn't have said that. Oh man. But what would you rate the movie?
Dude, I give it a solid 8 out of 10.
I would agree with you. 8 out of 10. It was a good movie. It was
good movie.
Good pace. Good setting.
Dialogue
Was great.
Hot people. Good soundtrack.
Good soundtrack as well. And I did like a lot of like hearing the radio stations when they're playing, like hearing the old stuff, because even at the end it plays the during the credits it plays the Batman and Robin some like old I'm assuming back in the day, like you can win something on the radio that like if you guess the bat numbers. It was like cool, just kind of like that nostalgic, like taking you back a little bit as well.
Yeah, and then just the sets, the houses, the architecture, the ranch.
Yeah.
The whole vibe was like, oh man. Like we were saying, it's just like took us like the day in the life of an actor and a stuntman.
Mm-hmm. Took us back to the 60s, man.
Yeah.
It was definitely well done.
Quentin just always gets it right on the nose.
Yeah, right on the nose.
Except for The Hateful Eight. Because I've never watched it.
Right. Can't bring myself to watch it. I watched it. It's not bad. I mean, I would say that let's make that the next movie, but we are moving into Spooky-tober.
Spooky-tober.
So we're gonna make the pods a little more spookier.
A little spook fest.
Yeah, Spook Fest. And then next week, I think you did bring it up earlier, but we're gonna have a special guest. If you want to kind of mention him a little bit.
Yeah, we got a special guest. He has the clothing company based in Tennessee, and he's a 10. I'm telling you.
He's the only 10 I see.
Yes, sir. But yeah, it's like crazy backstory, like especially how we met. Like it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. I'm ready, dude. Ready for the next podcast. Get someone in here, and especially just because he created this company and just kind of learn about that. So should be fun.
And I'm gonna tell him because I'm thinking like an A24 studio movie. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you want to talk about it on the cast, or we just.
Yeah, we can do a film, or we can just kind of just talk to him about but yeah, if we want to keep it, I'll say keep it the same. Have him watch the film, and we just go
Exactly.
from
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Get his review on it too.
Right. Go. Talk to him and go from there. You know, get some interview questions from him and kind of go into the backstory of how he started his company, his clothing company. Yeah.
Have you seen Hereditary?
No, I have not.
Dude, have you seen Midsummer?
No, I haven't seen Midsummer.
Oh my
either.
gosh, dude!
I heard they're pretty trippy.
Dude, so it's one of those.
It's one of those.
It's one of those, man.
So we'll talk to him and go from there. Or what's the one? Is it The Void? Is that a A24 film?
The Void?
The Void, yeah.
I don't know. Dude, I watched the Halloween, the original Halloween.
Oh, you did?
2 days ago.
Okay. Got to get into that spooky spirit.
Spooktober. Let's see. I'm looking up the films by A24. Dude, I love A24 because they do those books with the screenplay.
Oh, okay.
So you can buy the whole screenplay and just read it.
And just read it from there.
So, dude, The Witch. Did you see The Witch?
I didn't see The Witch.
Dude, oh my gosh. Phenomenal.
Lighthouse, isn't that another A24?
I think
with,
so.
Robert Pattinson and
yeah, Robert Patty.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one either.
Moonlight? Did you see Moonlight?
Moonlight. Is that that's not a scary movie, is it?
No, it's not. No.
Yeah, it's with the black dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah, really good movie.
Really good movie.
Because his son was gay, right?
He was gay. So it's like pretty much him figuring out life, like being gay.
Yeah.
Or like trying to accept it, I guess, or figuring out like he figures it out, I guess. Best way to put it.
Oh, dude, did you ever see Swiss Army Man with Daniel Radcliffe?
Daniel Radcliffe? No, I haven't seen that.
Oh my god. So funny. So fucked up. Such a good movie.
All right.
Like, dude, A24 just comes out. They also shot the Amy Winehouse. They did Enemy with Jakey Boy. Yeah.
Okay, so we got quite a film list, dude.
Yes,
some
we do.
A24 films, some scary ones. Get in the mood. Yeah, so
yeah.
I would say talk to the boy, and we'll go from there.
Dude, can we do a 3-way on Skype?
Looking here, it looks like an ad person. Yeah, add people to the call. So I'm assuming we can.
Oh, hell yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got it all figured out, man.
Damn, we're in it. In it to win it.
In it to win it. Next week on the cast. Join us live. Just kidding. Not live, but
Not live.
Pre-recorded.
We could do it live.
We could do it live. We're going live. Yeah, who's gonna watch us live? But yeah, definitely excited. Bring someone on here and test that out and see how that works.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. All right, man. Spooky-tober. But I would say to wrap it up, I definitely recommend Once Upon a Time in Hollywood if you haven't seen it.
I recommend it too. And if you guys have any spooky stories you guys want to share with us, leave them in the comments.
Let us know.
If anyone has got this far watching our video.
Right, but if anyone's made it this far. Maybe one day. One day someone will watch it.
One day someone's going to watch the whole episode.
The whole episode. Shoot. But it's been fun, man. It's been good. Dissecting movies and other stuff.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Dude. I just fucking fuck. Dude, I had a float session at 6.
And it's way past that.
Yeah, it's way past 6. And I was supposed to meet a homie there too, bro.
Dang. Yeah, what? It's 6:41 there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might have to tell the homie. Said sorry, dude. Stuck on the cast.
Homie number 9.
Homie number 9. All right, dude. I'll let you get to it, man.
Clap your hands once, clap your hands twice. Now is the time for the news to hear it comes. Clap your hands once, clap your hands twice. Open your arms to feel the dip